Welcome back to one more video here, Roberto Monaco, and welcome back to our series, the 10 lessons that I discovered doing virtual live events. We just had one last weekend, was outstanding. We spent 2.5 days. When people think about 2.5 days, I'm like, dude, you crazy? 2.5 days from a computer webinar, you crazy? And the number one thing that I hear all the time is like, man, that was so amazing, engaging. I cannot believe how fast it went. I get this all the time. So if you're a chiropractor and you want to check it out, we have one coming up. Not this Friday, next Friday. It's going to be amazing. Here's the link. But let's talk about a couple ideas. Hermano, my brother, Dean. I miss you, my brother. I miss you, hermano. Let's talk about some strategies that you can teach your audience to maximize your content, your idea. Because as a chiropractor, if you were to do a patient orientation class right now, by the way, there's every chiropractor across the world should be doing online patient orientation class. Right? Every week. It's free, pretty much. It's free. It's a way for you to increase your PVA. It's a way for you to get more referrals. Is a way for you to get virtual speaking gigs. Is right there for you, right there, wide open to do a patient orientation class every week. How awesome is that? And you can broadcast if you want to online. So when we invite someone to come to a class, or if you're doing a health or wellness advanced webinar, people, your audience is thinking, man, am I going to learn something new? Am I going to improve my health? Am I going to get something out of this class? They have these conversations. How do you know? Because you have the same conversations when you go to class. Yes, of course. So here's what we do. All right. I want to share with you 7 quick strategies for you to help them, your audience, to consume the information and eventually sign up for chiropractic care or whatever your health package you're promoting. Number uno. Yeah, ready? Using a prop here, man. You gotta have in our class we have this books, thick book. Now, if you're doing a webinar, for example, or a patient orientation class, one of the things that you can do, you can send via email pre-event a handout, and you say, look, you're gonna cover this. Make sure you print. Right? Is another way for them to write it down information and to engage. Remember that participation leads to transformation. One more time. Participation leads to transformation. All right. Number 1, give them a manual. If your event, right? If your event is longer format event, if it's shorter, just a patient orientation class, still send a handout in advance. Numero 2, ready? Talk about the learning environment. She who sets the frame wins the game. He who sets the frame, what happens? Wins the game. So when you're inviting someone and you have your emails, your confirmation emails, maybe you can add a video and talk about, hey, the information you're about to discover is life-changing. So it's really important, if you can, to block 45 minutes, block half an hour, block 4 hours, whatever the length of the event, and go to an environment when you can pay attention, focus, write things down, turn your camera, ask questions, because this event's going to be super engaging and super interactive. Remember, he who sets the frame wins the game. She who sets the frame wins the game. Those who know how to set the frame know how to win the game. All right? So it's very important for you to address and make suggestions about their learning environment. Okay? Very important. Number 3, write it down. Create a private group. All right? Now, you can create a private group for the participants of your event on Facebook. You can create a private group, for example, on LinkedIn. So people are doing that too. And the reason it's important is because you can connect with the people prior to the event, during the event. If the event is a long format event, most chiropractors, they do like maybe patient orientation class or webinar. But even after the event, if you want to have a place to connect with them, I highly encourage you for you to create a private group for the event. And during your registration process and post-registration, post-event, you can invite people to join your group. Super powerful. Just do it, okay? Number 4 here. Number 4, encourage them to show up early. our events, we encourage our docs to show up 15 minutes before. Why is that important? Because I want to build up rapport. I want to connect with them. I want to make sure they know how to turn the camera on and off. I want to make sure they know how to turn the microphone on and off. You'll be surprised of how many people still in this era, they feel uncomfortable with technology. Right? So say, hey, I'll be logging in 15 minutes before, show up and let's chat a little bit. Right? It's a chance for you to get to know the people. I do it and it's super powerful. And a little trick too, for those presenters here who experience a little bit of camera shyness or speaking anxiety, getting to know your audience prior to the event, right, actually makes you super calm and confident. It's a great idea. Right? Número 5. Número 5. Create a pre-event survey. Now, if you want to get one tip from this video here, get that one. Right? You can use it's free. I'm looking at my Google Drive here. You can go to Google Drive and you can create a pre-registration form, which is amazing. And what happens is that those forms or surveys that I send out before to our events, I send anonymous. I don't want to know their name. I'm not doing that to get emails. I really want to know their outcomes. And if you take that one step, let's say if you're doing a patient orientation class, if you're doing an advanced webinar that you promote online and it's part of your funnel, my recommendation to you is to create a very simple and basic pre-event survey. Might be 3 questions, right? In the context of health and wellness, in the context of blank. If you're to learn one thing in this training, what would that be? Right? Because what's going to happen is by them answering the survey, not everybody's going to answer, but those who answer, research shows that it's going to increase the likelihood of them showing up to our class. It's going to increase the likelihood of them to be alert, engaged, to pay attention to your message, because they say, hey, I want to learn about this. I have this issue. Now, don't ask for name, don't ask for email. You're not trying to capture leads. This is really, you want to make sure you're already helping them think about what's important about attending your event. Right? I cannot tell you how important surveys are. And the cool thing about, as a doctor of chiropractic, most of you are either doing some type of content marketing or would you like to be doing some type of content marketing. And the cool thing, because when people answer your survey, right, what's going to happen is I have thousands, literally thousands of entry of content ideas. Why? Because I have people from multiple events that we do, and I have their outcomes. And sometimes you know their outcome, right? You know their outcome. They want to be improved. They want to improve their health. They want to be healthy. They want to overcome XYZ. But sometimes you're not using the same language. They're describing specifically what they want. And when you match your language to their language, man, magic happens. So pre-event surveys, I cannot speak more highly. Most people don't do it and they miss the boat. And the cool thing about pre-event surveys is that if you do using, for example, a super simple solution, Google Forms, you can do it. You can copy and paste and reuse them if you want to. All right. So we talk about number 5. Number 6 here, encourage them to ask questions. I remember one time this doc came to San Diego. This is years ago, and it wasn't about webinar. It was about, he was doing this dinner, fancy dinners. And I said, okay, I want to see what you have. And he started doing his presentation, and during the pre-frame, he said, don't ask me any questions. If you want to ask any questions, wait until the end of the workshop and then come and talk to me. He literally said that. I'm like, man, you're missing out big. You're losing so much business, because what happens is that the mindset of an audience has changed. You know, social media, live videos, YouTube, texting, Instagram, Facebook, people are used to engage. And what happens is that when you tell people, hey, don't engage, they're just like, dude, who is this person? Right? Basically, his issue was that he was afraid he didn't know how to handle an audience, right? And he's like, man, I don't know how to handle. What if they ask me a question I don't know? So we work on that. But when you do a virtual event, a patient orientation class, when you do a webinar, I literally, when I do my classes, I have the chat open. I encourage people to ask questions. Now I have my flow, I deliver, then I answer. And if it's a long question, I'm going to answer that later. But you want to make sure that your audience is engaging throughout the whole event, regardless if you're doing a half an hour talk or in our case here, when you do IFF or Chiros 2.5 days. Extremely important. All right? And number 7, which I think is another benefit, encourage them to network with other participants. Right? That's why I say, hey, join our group, connect with the people. Depending on the event, if you're doing like a local event for your communities, hey, this is people in your community, you can network, make sure you exchange information, connect with people, network, ask questions. So I hope you guys enjoy this little video here. If you're interested this year in using live videos, do virtual speaking gigs, lunch and learns, doing your own seminars, doing patient orientation class online, join us at our next Influencing from the Front for the Virtual Presenter for Chiros. It's amazing, and you love it, love it, love it. Thanks so much. There's some comments here. Dr. Jody, my brother, Dr. Jody, what's up, my man? Thanks so much for plugging in today. I appreciate you guys very much. I have a couple more comments here. I love that. You got to catch up soon, amigo, for sure. Mikasa Sukasa here, brother. Thanks so much. And I want to leave you guys with a little video here, a little gift I have for you. Don't speak to inform, speak to transform. I'll talk soon. Hey, doctor, I really hope you enjoyed this video. And I want to give you a free, did I say free? Yes, a free gift. We have a course called The 10 Beliefs of the Master Presenter. Because you and I both know that every behavior is belief driven. And something that I learned in my career, 18 years doing this, going to 19 years doing this, is that the best communicators, speakers, influencers, they just have different beliefs than the ones who can move an audience into action. So in my career, I collect these most powerful 10 beliefs, and I record a video talking about these beliefs, and also I record another video with the application of the belief. So in this free course, when I give it to you, you're gonna get 20 videos plus an awesome ebook for you to become an even better communicator, influencer. And I hope that you use this information to bring more people to your practice. You can help them, serve them at the highest level possible. All you have to do is to find the link, use the link below here, and sign up for your free course. Okay? Don't speak to inform, speak to transform. We'll talk soon. All right, guys. I see you very soon, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye-bye.